Nothing like a little drink after a long day of crafting. Oh, hi. I was just working. Oh, you're back. And so quickly, too. Welcome back to the Kilter Crafter. I'm Ian, and I'm glad you're joining me again here today. Today's card, it's a little bit of a fun one. I have friends of all ages, so I love being able to give out cards that fill up the entire spectrum. So today's card, we're going to be doing this one. It's really cool, too, because as you can see, I actually cut it out. So you see on the inside, we have the beautiful paper on the inside where you can write your message. And then on the outside, you have this cutout area, and then some silhouettes on top of it. So I'm actually going to show you how to do this on Cricut Design Space. Alright, I am here in Cricut Design Space, and I have this card that I created, and I wanted to show you kind of how to make stuff like this work. What I've gone ahead and done is, as you can see, this is actually a one of the images that's actually in Cricut Design Space, and I've kind of made a little place for her. So what I did is I started off with a square. Just go to my image sets and go into the Cricut Craft Room Basics. When that opens up, I selected a square, actually a rectangle, and a circle, and I hit Insert Images. So these are the images that I come out with. And I always delete the, I ungroup them, and then I always delete the backgrounds, because I don't need those. So for this card, so I'm going to take this to 5.5. Oops, nope, I'm not going to take it to 5.5. I'm going to take this to 11. I still did it wrong. First of all, you have to unselect the lock, otherwise it won't work. So this is going to be 11. This one is going to be 4.25. Now this one's a little bit bigger. I wanted to make this one a little bit bigger, but the standard card size will be 4.25 by 11. So that way we can score in the middle at 5.5. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it white, so that way it looks like the card. And I want to put this circle, needs to come up to the front, first of all. Now, for some reason, my design space sometimes will not let me, I don't know why the numbers don't show up like they should. Has anybody else had this happen? I know it's still, they're still messing around with stuff there at Cricut, so I'm assuming it's just a glitch. But anyways, leave me a comment if it happens to you. Alright, so I'm going to make my circle about right there. So I'm going to hold down the control key and click the other one. Nope, I did that wrong. No, I did it right. And I'm going to hit weld. And there we go. So now I have a hole cut inside of my little card. So next what I'm going to do, let's see. I'm going to go grab one of the haunted houses, because I could totally make this card have basically look like a moon behind a haunted house. That would look really cool. Alright, there's the haunted house. Alright, so I'm going to insert that, and I'm going to make it so that it touches on all sides. Just like that. Alright, so once again I'm going to hold down the Command key and I'm going to hit weld. There it is. So now I have this really cool pattern inside of it, and I'm going to go back in and grab that house again because this kind of made my background for it. So now I'm going to grab that house again, bring it up to the size that I need it. I think that's about right. And then you can resize it. That's about right. You can resize it to whatever size you need it so that it fits correctly. Now the reason I did this is because, yeah, I could cut this out and then glue it to the outside of the circle, but this internal part right here gives it a little more structure because I'm going to be cutting this on Neenah 110-pound solar white cardstock. So I want to make sure that this image is going to be, it's going to have a landing spot so that way it doesn't flex too much as the card is open and closed. So that's why I wanted to have a little bit of a background behind it so that way it will fit in perfectly on top of it and give it a little more support. So that's how you can kind of create these little backgrounds to help give support for your card. I also like it because on this card it kind of highlights the woman a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to cut the white out using that 110-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock, and then the rest of it will just be regular cardstock. So we'll get that cut out and we'll see how it looks. Hey everybody, and we're back. So I had to cut that out twice because the Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock is a lot thicker than I was expecting, and so when I cut it out the first time, this is the first time, as you can see it kind of cut out sort of, but it didn't make it all the way through the paper, and so it left all these left all this mess behind, and it honestly looks like she has a mustache. So it didn't cut very cleanly, and so I had to recut it. So let's throw that one away. Recycle it, I mean. And so I cut it out again. This time I used the poster board setting, which allowed it to cut through cleanly. So much better. Alright, so let's go ahead and start putting this together. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Zig two-way glue. By the way, the lettering was written on by the Cricut, and it was the Candy Crystal pen. This is a newly released pen. As you can see, it has a finer tip on it than some of the other ones. So that's what I used to write on this card with. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by putting the black silhouette on top of the red silhouette. There we go. Now you'll notice, I just noticed that right now, so some of the paper didn't pull out from her necklace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my scissors and just see if I can remove some of that black material. I'm a little disappointed with this paper. It didn't cut as cleanly as I thought it was going to. This is premium textured cardstock. I won't be buying this again. I'm not very happy with how this paper actually cuts out, so I'm not very happy with it. Looks like we got that as good as we can. It won't be perfect, but you know, that's why it's a handmade card. Alright, so now we're going to take our card base, and I did score this piece of paper already. However, the Cricut doesn't seem to give super deep score lines, So and since this is very heavy paper, I'm going to go ahead and go over it again just to make sure that I have gotten a nice deep score line. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and glue her down onto the card base. Just like that. There we go. Now she's glued down. Let's go ahead and put the insert in. So I've chosen to go with the chevron shape, and so that way when you close the card it creates the background. There we go. There's the card. Now if you wanted to write something inside of it, you'll have to kind of play with it a little bit. If you don't want the writing to show through, then you'll have to kind of work with her and see where the writing lands. So what you can do is you can take a pencil and trace around her and write your message in pen and then go in and erase your lines. Or there's a lot of different ways to do that, however you feel best. So there's the card. So that's today's card. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a simple one, but remember that even a simple card can brighten somebody's day. So always take the opportunity, even if you feel like it's going to be a small, simple card, to drop it in the mail for them, for your friends, because I can almost guarantee you it'll brighten their day, especially a handmade card. So that's today's card. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it, and I want to bring you some more great videos. Hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you soon.